On the bench, Mick Ennis. Welcome to 2022.
Yeah, great to be here. Beautiful afternoon at Leichhardt Oval, and you just saw a cast of stars sitting there on the bench for the Roosters. It's an exciting year for them. Young Lachlan Lamb tonight in the fullback jersey. He saw plenty of first grade last year. Good to see Kevin Nguama back, being outstanding overseas in the English Super League. He gets an opportunity. Some outside backs departing for the Roosters over the summer. No Brett Morris, no Josh Morris. Matt Kavalu's moved on to the Sharks, so great to see Nguama back in the NRL, real excitement machine.
The Harry Sunderland medal is man of the match in the Super League Grand Final.
Yep.
He had a star turn at St Helens. 3 years, 3 Super League titles and the Challenge Cup. Scored a double in last year's Grand Final. The Roosters have mastered the art of just squeezing the best out of someone in the latter stages of their career. And they're hoping to do that with Kevin Nguama. There's Xavier Savage, the number 1 for the Raiders. He was exciting, wasn't he? The little taste of him we got last year.
Yeah, wonderful player, really matured and developed. Young Queensland boy with exceptional speed and talent. He gets an opportunity tonight in the number 1 jersey. All eyes on the Raiders skipper, Jared Croker. He's had stem cell knee surgery over the summer. There's talk of his future, just how long he'll be able to go on. So all eyes tonight on Jared Croker, and can he get through a full game here at Leichhardt?
Let's hope so. It's surgery that has been performed before to success. Boyd Cordner had it in 2017 and came back. And this is a great moment. Casey Badger, this is the first time we've got a woman handling in a standalone role a men's game. Belinda Sharp did a few games when we had the 2-referee system. We'll see her later tonight. But here we go. The pre-season is underway here live on Fox League, and it's the Raiders who bring it back with a new recruit to start things off. Peter Holler from the North Queensland Cowboys. Played 12 games in 3 years for them. Emre Gula is punching it forward. There's Canberra. Coming off a disappointing 2021, Ryan Sutton there. 10 wins, 14 losses. They had a chance to make the finals, but that was ended by the Roosters in round 25 last year. There's Sutton again, keeping it going, and here is Jared Croker. That'll be a good feeling for him, just to get that first touch and get through it unscathed. So that is Schneider putting boot the ball, and Lachlan Lamb in the fullback role tonight. It's a very steady start from the Raiders.
Yeah, good to see Schneider get his kick away there. You can see already the combination between the two former Kerwin State High dummy half and halfback. Outstanding in the 2019 schoolboy competition. Trevelyan and Schneider, the dummy half and half in that side that beat Westfields back in 2019. As we see the Roosters now marching up towards the 40-metre line.
That's Saluka for feeder. 9 games for him last year. Ben Marshke feeding it along here. He comes down the short side. And that is Siwa Wong playing it on halfway. A lot of players from the North Sydney Bears, though, as Tuku Hautapua gets a bit of treatment. And this is the last tackle coming up. And it's Drew Hutchison. What a wonderful year he had in 2021. And a challenging kick, but hauled in by Albert Hopewadi. As we send it down to Lara Pitt and say hello to you for the first time.
Good evening, gents. As we're seeing, clubs are going to have to learn very quickly on the run how best to navigate COVID on away trips. Ricky Stewart told us in the pre-game that he's certainly going to try and give players individual rooms if he can, so not to take 2 players out of the contest. But if they can't, they certainly won't be putting 2 playmakers or integral spine players in the same room together.
Yeah, good lesson to learn now when it doesn't really matter. Canberra with a chance here. What are these teams generally trying to achieve in these trial games?
So obviously trying to get some timing, trying to get some rhythm, certainly both defensively and in attack, but no doubt for the Raiders, how their start's critical for them. We saw them last year. They were able to start really well, but unable to manage that second half. So all eyes will be on the Raiders' second half, but for these young guys, certainly about just getting some timing and some combinations together.
There's an offload from Gula. There's Holler. Cut down, only 14 metres out. The Raiders now, there's Savage, a little grubber, the ricochet, and he scores! Oh, this is a great start for Xavier Savage. Oh, that's a lovely moment for him. He's in a real battle with Sharon's Nicole Cookstart, their suggestions. He is making a real go for this #1 spot. That's a great statement early from him.
Yeah, things just happen around this young kid, and you can see here nothing on, the confidence just to dribble it in behind the line. Marshke there sticks the left boot out, ricochets off, and great acceleration and anticipation to scoop up the ball. Good start from Savage, looking busy around the footy, and the Raiders find the first try of the afternoon. It's a nice interchange of pass, some good combinations. Emre Gula's had a terrific start. Holler, he's been a real handful early, and on the back of a penalty from the Sydney Roosters, the Raiders capitalise early. So right then, it's a big moment. You know, you talk about what coaches are looking for in trials. The trials present opportunities, and young Savage has been given the #1 jersey in a strong performance tonight. May just give him the opportunity to start round 1 in the #1 jersey for the Raiders.
He debuted in strange circumstances against the Dragons at Wynn. He wasn't supposed to be allowed on, but there was some confusion. And
went good.
He went great, and then got another couple of cracks in the fullback role. And the quality is obvious. And Jared Croker doing what he does so well. So the first try belongs to this young man, Xavier Savage. He's still 19, turns 20 in April. Pretty happy young man as well. So it's not a full-strength Raiders outfit, but there's certainly plenty of players we are familiar with. Obviously, teams do this a little differently. Manly later playing some absolute guns against the Wests Tigers. And there's some of the Raiders. Corey Horsburgh, one of those players on the bench there.
Again, more so than ever for some of these fringe first graders that you're talking about. Just seeing what's happened with Frawley and Sam Williams before the game, and we understand that the squad sizes are going to expand with this COVID situation. This is a huge opportunity as we see another penalty here now. Hands all over the ruck. Gula trying to play the ball. But this is a real opportunity for some of these young guys to send a statement to the coach and say, I want to be part of that extended squad. I'm ready to play first grade.
I suppose it doesn't matter really. Each team would be different. There's some heavy content. Hutchison, he's probably cranky for giving away that penalty on Semi Valama. I'll get back to that point in a moment, but the Raiders now, Gula, getting it to halfway. In the bright sun here at Leichhardt, Ryan Sutton coming off his best NRL season. The 22, Adrian Trevelyan. Here's another penalty here, hand on the ball in the ruck, so not much value in these games going for 2 points. So the Raiders get another attacking set here. Trevelyan scooting. Schneider.
Oh, chance there for Mooney on the outside. He was untouched.
It was. Schneider drew in 2 defenders. There's a set restart. Gula. Plenty of touches early for him. This time driven backwards. Ben Thomas in the 13 jersey. And Siwa Wong in the 12. Now here's Nicole Cookstart getting amongst it. Trying to do what Savage did a few moments ago. Oh, this is another penalty. It's a penalty-a-thon here.
Yeah, Croker hit off the ball here late. It was a strong tackle. You can hear Casey Badger, the referee. So that's 4 straight penalties now for the Raiders, and they're entrenched on the Roosters' try line here.
So Snyder in the 6 jersey.
He's been good, Gula.
He was a mainstay after he got back into the team early last season. Trevelyan has a go, gets over. So the Raiders get their second. And this young man thought he was probably going to get a few minutes tonight at best, and circumstances mean he starts and he gets over for a 4-pointer.
Yeah, schoolboy star Adrian Trevelyan from up at Kerwin State High in Townsville. There's a nice run there from Cookstar, scheming down that left-hand side. That was the late hit on Croker. And on the back of a penalty, it's really smart ruck awareness there. Trevelyan, beautiful lean to the right-hand side, got rid of the marker and just burrowed in low. Great body position, picks up the Raiders' second try of the afternoon. And with Josh Hodgson, he's moving on in 12 months' time. Tom Starling not here this evening. Frawley ruled out. All of a sudden, an opportunity presents itself to start in the NRL here in a pre-season trial, and Trevelyan making the most of it.
Always a couple of standouts in these trials, aren't there? And we'll see that now that all the games are broadcast live on television. Someone always makes a statement somewhere.
It's funny sometimes, because there hasn't been a lot of reserve grade football, and the under-21s, all the young junior competitions have been so affected with the COVID situation that we haven't seen a lot of these stars from 2 or 3 years ago really blossom. They've been tucked away, and now all of a sudden they're starting to filter through, and they've had NRL experience at training, and they're training regularly with guys. So for Trevelyan, he's working with Starling and Hodgson, learning every day, and all of a sudden we see him come out here and really grasp his opportunity in this opening 15 minutes. It's good to see. It's an exciting time for the game.
Gee, it's a beautiful night here in Sydney. It's not too hot. Some of these games can be ruined by stinking hot weather. It's steamy.
Not up here in the commentary box. You should see James Hooper on the sideline. He's got a sweat towel, Dan.
We've got a breeze at least. We're going to get some absolute scorches over the next couple of weeks. This might be one of the better nights. Double header here at Leichhardt. Tigers Manly coming up straight after this game. And that's Peter Holler trying to make every post a winner down here in Canberra colours. Right, Sutton now.
He's been busy, Sutton. He started the game well.
So there's the try scorer, Trevelyan. Gula again. Almost up to halfway, so meter's not a problem. Sutton links up with Nicole Klookstar and crashes into Adam Elliott. That's Elliott in the 11 jersey, a dummy half. There's now Sutton just happy to cut it up, one out. And the Roosters, boy, it feels like it's been a long time since they've had the ball. And Snyder doesn't panic. And a nice catch. Ooh, Tom Carr just barreled the Bears winger who came through the Canterbury system. And this is tough stuff here for the Roosters with Kieran going nowhere.
An unfortunate injury for Harley Smith-Shield, who really starting to make a name for himself at the Raiders. Was in line to start this season in the centre position. Unfortunately, picking up a serious injury, will miss most of the year. And Sammy Valame, who we've seen a lot of play wing for the Raiders, is really making a statement out of right and centre at the moment.
Just short of halfway. And the Roosters, the tackles expired. Hutchison kicking, and no problems for Savage. Oh, and he almost goes through, just hung on to by Hao Tapua. That was Tuivasa Sheck stuff, that step which almost broke them wide open. Now this kid, a lot of raps on him, Trey Mooney, and the offload. There's Hopewadi powering down the middle. So looking here at the replay, ghost. So familiar territory here. Comes across Nicole Klookstar on the 14. Savage again. Oh, Savage. That time a little ambitious, but they might have got the result here.
I think the first one may have been off the Raiders. It was acceleration that just left the Roosters players grasping at thin air. And again, it's that man Savage. Just watch this. Out the back of the shape, he just left Drew Hutchison for dead. And that's come back off the Roosters. That should be play on.
Well, Casey Badger ruling there that the Canberra player knocked it on. That's why it's going to be...
He's wreaking havoc, isn't he, Savage? Early on, he's on the outside there of Hutchinson. And instantly threatening.
Well, the thing is, a lot of these players, in fact, most of these players are only going to last 30, 40, 50 minutes in this game. And they want to make sure they put some runs on the board before they're rested for the rest of the night.
All right, feed it.
Yeah, the Roosters just need to wrestle themselves back into the contest here. They've been back on the back of a lopsided penalty count. The Raiders have had plenty of possession.
I was going to ask before a Canberra attacking raid, does a coach like Trent Robinson, is he sort of comfortable with this?
He's loving it.
Because it's teaching his team the struggles of defence and the rigours of it in tough conditions.
Well, he's learning about their character. You know, they've had a pre-season where they're training against each other, but there's nothing like the first game coming up against opposition. They want to get off the line, they want to whack you, they want to hurt you, and you learn a lot about the character of your individuals. And he'd be loving this, Robinson.
So the kick here, now that's from behind the 40. Gee, it's a nice kick. Oh, it almost got there too for the 40-20. And gives everyone a nice little breather. So 12-0 to Canberra after nearly 13 minutes.
He's a good little player, Sandon Smith. He's from the Central Coast. He's come through the Roosters pathway system. Got exceptional speed. Not much of him, but he's got great vision, great acceleration, and we heard Trent Robinson just lauding his decision-making over the summer and deserving of his opportunity. Nice kick there from Sandon Smith.
Tomorrow, following the footy, and a stack of games on tomorrow here on Fox League. Fox Theatre and the 2021 Grand Final to complete the most thrilling final series, one of them we've ever seen. Penrith, of course, broke the 18-year premiership drought, and we relive that grand final night with the Panthers watching on. That is Saturday right after the footy. Had a little look at that yesterday, Mick. It looks sensational. All the gun players sitting around a couch at Penrith Stadium, Bluebet Stadium, on the big screen there. So that'll be one to watch for you Penrith fans and for everyone here on Fox. Now Sutton. Ooh, he put his man under pressure there.
Yeah, well read. Sandon Smith just coming out of the line on young Schneider.
Trevelyan, the dummy half. Klukstad poking in a kick.
Let's go.
Trying to hem Lamb in the corner and successful on that score.
Yeah, showing great patience, the Raiders at the moment. Their forward pack marching downfield. They're happy to put the Roosters in corners and make them work out. And you can just see some of the bodies now, unconditioned at the moment from the Roosters, starting to struggle to get back on sides. We've seen Nagama upended.
Well, this has been the Rooster struggle, hasn't it, in these opening the 15 minutes, just making metres. The 28 is Terrell May. So changes now starting to take place. Marshke with a little dart. Thomas down the middle. Held onto by Elliott. So on the last, it's Hutchison from behind the 40, but happy to kick straight down the middle. Well, here we go. Xavier Savage. What's he got this time? The wild step, but this time well handled. Roosters, what a season they put together last year. To be eliminated in the second week, normally not good enough for the Tricolours, but the circumstances. 16 wins and 8 losses, forward pass there, so get a little opening here and a chance to actually get some attacking ball.
Yeah, Schneider out of dummy half there. It was a strong carry from young Schiller, who came in and carried the footy strong, and you can see Hopewadi just pushing up. It's the right call there from Casey Badger. And the Roosters now all of a sudden breathe a sigh of relief. The first opportunity to get inside the Raiders half in a long time. Get an opportunity with a full set.
Yeah, Schneider played against Melbourne and got a little taste, about 10 minutes midway through last season. So now the Roosters sending it on out here to Jordan Swan. Put it down. That's a shame for the Roosters. Look at these. Look at these celebrations for the Raiders there. They are very much up and about. Look, Klukstad there was grabbing his man Trevelyan. That ball clearly coming out, and some real energy about the Raiders.
Yeah, it's been a terrific start for the Raiders. Schneider doing a great job stepping in. Named to play at 5'8" outside Sam Williams. He's taken great control of the side, barking orders. His combination with Trevelyan's been strong. And the luxury for the Raiders having guys like Jared Croker, Mikkel Klukstad and Oz, we see a fundamental error there. Breakdown of communication.
Now this can happen in try.
This is what it's about.
This is, we get all this out of our system before round one. It's lovely to hear Ricky so relaxed before the game. And
it's only early, Dick.
I know. You've got to take it when it comes. Ninth season. Hasn't that gone quickly, coaching the Raiders? All right, so Hutchison feeds the scrum. Marshke breaking out the back, and Wong inside the 40. No penalties yet for the Roosters. Stack of them for the Raiders. Saluka for Fafita. Straight into Sutton. Marshke played 7 games last year of first grade in the hooking role. As Snyder again rushing up. Make the tackle on Smith. Short side play. Hutchison getting it on and ball coming out legally. No, not legally. Forward. And the Roosters here.
Yeah, another turnover for the Roosters. Hasn't been a happy start to the game. The opening 20 minutes has been error-riddled and their discipline's been poor, and that's a great shot from Trey Mooney. The young right edge back row, as we see one of the superstars of the game just cooling his jets. James Tedesco, what a season he had last year. Under difficult and trying circumstances, so many of his teammates going down, he just continued to raise the bar. He was superb, Tedesco.
Life should be easier for him this year. The likes of Luke Keary coming back and hopefully going through injury-free. Lindsay Collins out for the season. Oh, he's a chance. And here they come, the Roosters. We can go through all the names that didn't play. It'd take us till half-time. Friend, Corden, and Brett Morris. The list goes on. There's now knocking on the door of the 10. Marski, Hutchison, the floater. Carr does well to keep it in. Hutchison, Marski flat-footed. Back to Saluka for Feeder. Stand up there to make the tackle. Trevelyan. Ball and all. We get close to the drinks break here. Oh, lovely floating pass from Smith. Swan well contained. Still got a few tackles to work with here. Terrell May. Hutchison. Saluka for Feeder. Nafahu Whites. Getting away. Nafahu White. Oh, gets through. And the Roosters on the board. Nafahu White. He played 3 games of first grade last year, and he gets over the white line.
Yeah, just watch the footwork here from White. It's a nice offload back through the middle of the field from May, and then Hutchison just moves the ball out to this left-hand side and then just bang, one little shimmy off his left foot, breaks through the tackle. Good fend there on Schneider. Gets under the tackle of Savage. It'll look nice from this angle. Just watch this. Bang, just the little double right foot. Gets rid of Schneider under the tackle of Savage. And on the back of what's been a really tough start for the Roosters, Nafahu White picks up the Roosters' first of the afternoon. Promising talent.
It's another thing about these trials. There can be some wild swings. You can see some huge comebacks. And
yeah,
the Roosters there after doing all the defending for the first 15 minutes, it seems.
Well, the Raiders were so good, Dan. In that opening 20 minutes, they were faultless, really, and all of a sudden we see an error from Trevelyan at the scrum base with Klookstar, a breakdown in communication. Then the following set coming out from their half, young Trevelyan, again, out of dummy half, spills the ball, presents the Roosters with some good field position, as we saw last year. And that'll be the luxury for Trent Robinson. Through all the pain and heartache last year, he was able to give some guys some opportunity.
Yeah.
And you're already seeing that with some of the guys like Saluka Fafiti. Nafahu White just then, brilliant footwork. Just that little splash of NRL experience has given them so much confidence.
Adam Kieran's an interesting one, isn't he? He was very good in the centres last year. The Panthers, Paul Momirovski has come to the club this year.
Yeah.
Obviously can play in the dummy half role as well. And he can do that. He can put them through the post. So first drinks break, Canberra 12, Roosters 6. Nice little crowd trickling in here at Leichhardt. In fact, that hill's filling up nicely. Why wouldn't you turn up on a Friday night?
Yeah.
Beautiful sunny afternoon. Xavier Savage. The noises coming out of Canberra were he could wear the number 1 against Cronulla, round 1 in March. Boy, he certainly added to those claims, you would imagine, on the strength of this.
Yeah, he's showing no signs of any effects from the off-season shoulder surgery that he had to have. He's been brilliant with his footwork. He's been in great position, and he's showing great confidence, Dan. Every time he's had an opportunity, he's backed himself. We saw there, ricocheted off Marski, but ducking down a short side, backing his own ability to roll the ball in behind off his boot. He came down last year to the Raiders from Queensland. Exceptional talent, great speed, and they predicted that at some stage, in the coming years, that he'd be up to it, Xavier, but I don't think they realised how quick he would grasp his opportunity. Physically, he had so much work to do. He was still really slight. He's worked tremendously hard on his body and his condition. You can see it. You know, looking at him now from where he was 12 months ago, almost unrecognisable with how much work he's put into his body. He was so raw but willing to learn. And he's been electric in every opportunity. That he just doesn't look overawed with any occasion.
In saying that, Mick, that's a fair player he's trying to oust. Charles Nicol Klukstad, now his 2021 ruined obviously by that neck surgery, but he did come back at the end of the season, and this is a guy, Nicol Klukstad, that nearly won a Clive Churchill a couple of years ago.
Yeah, absolutely, a tremendous player. I mean, you can never question Charles' work ethic, you know, often carrying the ball over 200, 250 metres a game. Great position, loves to get his body in front defensively. Coaches love that. So no doubt it is a head-to-head battle. But looking at this Raiders side, and we talk about Peter Mulholland and the recruitment, and what he was able to do at the Raiders. They've got guys like Jack Whiten, Elliott Whitehead, Papali'i, Tarpany, Whitehead. These guys all missing this afternoon, but the crop of guys coming through, like Xavier Savage and Emre Gulas and Trey Mooney, they're putting pressure. They're putting pressure on the top squad.
So, that's a tricky kick-off, but off the chest. It is like it's full-quarter football because we had that break there, but it turned out that the Roosters scored as we were going to have a drinks break anyway. So, Tom Carr now bringing it out. Roosters have gained Connor Watson, Kevin Nguama, Renu Fartonis. We'll look at the replay there of Hutchison and Paul Momirovski. So 4 games have lost the Morris twins. Cordner, Friend and Copley retired. Isaac Liu is off to the Gold Coast, and Manikavalu to Cronulla.
Really looking forward to this. Corey Hawes presented the fray this afternoon now for the Raiders. Had a really tough season last year, Corey. The last 18 months have been riddled with injuries. He came into first grade and really left his mark, so much so that he was in line to get a Queensland jersey before injury hit. He's come into the action, and unfortunately they're giving away a penalty, but he wears his heart on his sleeve. He'll be aggressive.
Oh. Might have gained a metre, maybe 2. Plenty of minutes here for Saluka Fafita. Hasn't been a big minute player in his short NRL career. That'll obviously improve over time as Hutchison sending it on. Zach Montgomery, the number 18 for the Roosters. SG ball player getting it on. And Terrell May. Tomashki. Big meters here for the Roosters. Saluka Fafita dummy half. Ben Thomas. Hutchison getting past Mooney. Now back to the open from Marshke. Thomas sending it on to Sandon Smith. That doesn't find the mark. Shria Wong putting it down. Not an easy one to haul in.
Yeah, every time young Sandon Smith, who's got great pace, tries to get on the outside of this defender, you can just see the acceleration there from Elliott, the experienced edge back rower who's come from Canterbury, trying to establish himself down at the Raiders. Great inside pressure there, making Smith having to play early. And he forces an error. It's great work there from Elliott.
Seen Trey Mooney race up a couple of times to try and make a tackle. Quite finishing those off. Nicol Klokstad feeding it. Semi Valame. Plenty of first grade for him now. Familiar jumper for him, the number 4. There's, Horsburgh almost pouring through and getting it on. Their offloading has been great. Nicol Klokstad pinned by Wong.
And a big season from Horsburgh. You think of the rotation back when there's another offload. There's Elliott now trying to get rid of Sandon Smith, does so. Smith just holding on.
101 games for the Dogs, Adam Elliott. And for a career resurrection as Albert Hopewadi. 5 games for Manly back in 2020. Now it's sent on to Horsburgh, first receiver. Keeps going here. Valame.
Great ball.
And getting the offload. This is James Schiller down the side.
Great pass.
Inside ball to Brad Schneider. And the Raiders get their third try. A couple of young tyros finishing it off there for Canberra.
Yeah, great work. He's been outstanding. He's been forced into the dominant playmaking role. Young Schneider without Sam Williams in the team, and you can see a lovely ball over the top. Valame, watch this for a pass round the corner. Schiller, he's shown great speed with some early touches. That's a great ball back inside. And it's young Brad Schneider supporting back through the middle. He's done a tremendous job in the opening 25 minutes of this match. Look at that ball there from Valame to Schiller. That was outstanding, and there he is pushing back through the middle. Big smile on his face. He's loving this, Schneider. Great signs from the young halfback.
And the man that threw the final pass, James Schiller, as we look at Schneider there, who's been in the thick of it.
He's been terrific, both with and without the ball. Young Schneider.
And Schiller just finishing that point, nephew of Brett Mullins.
There you go.
So there's some...
well, he's shown some good awareness.
There's
speed,
some breeding. The young cherry picker was with the Dragons, and nice job from him. Jared Croker, third greatest point scorer in the history of the game. He's got some work to do to haul in Cam Smith, 548 points between him and the number one point scorer. But just getting through this season would be a big win for Jared Croker. 18-6, this score balloons out to.
If you think of the Raiders, in terms of their main side this year, you think of that forward rotation when they were so dominant with Papali'i and Tarpany up front early, but they really need Gula and Corey Horsburgh to really be able to dominate that middle part of the game when Tarpany and also Papali'i leave the field.
By the way, the NRL really getting behind supporting Tonga. Devastated on January 15. Oh, as Nico Klukstad puts it down. Oh, he's filthy with himself.
Yeah, hot, humid conditions. The ball just slipping through his grasp there. He'd be disappointed with that chance. Prides himself on those small little fundamental areas of the game. You don't see it often from him. And the Roosters now with a really good opportunity. You can see this just in your screen there. Look behind the ruck, Sandon Smith. Here comes Lamb.
There's the right footstep of Smith straight into that Canberra duo there of Elliott and Horsburgh. Oh, Saluka Fafita cut in half. And the ball.
Oh, he's in trouble here, Trevelyan, I think it is, who went underneath. He went low. He's a big man, Fafita.
Ball flying out. Trevelyan may have paid a price here.
Yeah, it was courageous. Look at this. He's coming at full steam. Big salute for Fafita. He's a big man. He gets in low. And he just cops the hip. The right hip, I think it was. Forces the error. But he looks in a bit of trouble. That might be the end of his afternoon. Trevelyan, who's been very good. His combination earlier with his former Kerwin State High School partner, Brad Schneider, they've been outstanding for the Raiders.
So, they looked after there. Just to finish what we were talking about earlier, you had the NRL getting behind this, and God, it was devastating, wasn't it? The volcano and the tsunami destroying homes and roads and farms in a month on. Communications lines are still under repair. Families are still struggling to access drinking water. So the NRL, which of course has such a strong connection to the Pacific Tonga part of the family, the rugby league family, and with help from clubs, players, fans, partners, we're aiming to play our part in the 24-month recovery operation. The NRL has partnered with the Australian Red Cross through these trial matches to raise money for the recovery efforts in Tonga. So for more info, there's that website, nrl.com/Tonga.
Here we see young Adrian Trevelyan leaving the field for the Raiders. Now, if you're only joining us, Matt Frawley, who was named at dummy half, he's been ruled out as he was sharing a room with Sam Williams, who tested positive 15 minutes before the bus left the hotel this afternoon. Adrian Trevelyan, the young dummy half who was on the bench, has had to start. Now he's picked up a head knock leaving the field. The Raiders don't have any dummy halves in their list.
All right, heads in. All right, feet
You're still looking pretty fit, Nick. You're a Parramatta now, aren't you? They're well stocked as Xavier Savage picks up and runs. Driven back.
Yeah, looks like Adam Elliott has gone to dummy half for the Raiders.
Feed it on the Hopewadi. So for one of the few times in this match, meters a problem here for Canberra. Horsburgh was actually loaned out to the Bulldogs last year. 10 games total in 2021. And through their hands it goes. Oh, Nicole Klokstad cuts them wide open. And he's got a man on his inside. He's got a man on the outside. It's Corey Harawira-Naida. And he gets over. Savage strikes an early blow. And now it's the regular fullback Nicole Klokstad with a nice moment.
Yeah, really nice play down this left-hand side. Beautiful work it was from the Raiders. And you can just see there, Klokstad, beautiful show and go on the outside of his man, and Harawira-Naida back on the inside. His first touch of the afternoon. That's a handy one. Races 40 metres to score a try. And you can just see there on the outside of Sandon Smith, Klokstad into the backfield. Savage pushing through, so too Harawira-Naida. And he goes over, and the Raiders, they've looked sharp this afternoon. That was really nice ball playing there from Harry Rushton down that left-hand side of the field. They've done that well this afternoon. The previous try to Schneider, that came off the back of some nice ball playing from Horsburgh through the middle. He's really troubled them since coming into the action. He's offloading and he's ball playing, really pulling the Roosters' defence apart. And on the edge there, nice work from Klokstad. Great ball runner, isn't he, Dan?
It makes it such a fascinating contest for that fullback role. So Croker 3 from 3. Most of them have been pretty close. Quite breezy now at Leichhardt. The sun's just disappeared behind some clouds. It's absolutely perfect. Mick, I might be easy to please. I'm loving this.
It's fantastic.
Just it's bonus football. It's pre-season here on Fox, and
yeah, perfect conditions too.
Great to see all
Suburban
16
ground.
games here. Yeah.
Fans back in.
I know Cairns has got a game tomorrow. Games all over the place. Cairns has got South and the Cowboys, and they expect a big crowd there. Central Coast has got a doubleheader next week. That one just tucking in, 24-6. Lara Pitt, down to you.
You would have seen Adam Elliott jump in at dummy half in the lead up to that try. That's where he's expected to stay for now. The new recruit was only meant to get about 40 minutes into him in this game, but he might have to be out there for a bit longer.
Yeah, thank you, Lara. And obviously they can adjust next week as well. And a lot of the gun players that we don't see today and through the weekend will play in week 2. And Nicole Klokstad is having a bit of a nightmare with the kickoffs, but this time at least he collected that one and goes to ground now.
They're playing with some real freedom, this Raiders forward pack, offloading at will as we see Hopewadi now. He's been busy this afternoon. Horsburgh barking instructions. He's been so reliable for them. He's been tremendous again this afternoon. Gets through a mountain of work. Elliott out of dummy half. Here's Schneider.
Dummy there, but not fooling the Roosters defenders. Well pass, well hauled in. In the tackle there. That is the number 21, Clay Webb. As knuckle ball up and straight through the hands of Lachlan Lamb. And as soon as it came off the boot, looked like it could be a problem.
Yeah, it was a wobbly one from Schneider. It kicked the belly of the ball. It was floating around, and Lachlan Lamb, that comes up with the error at the fullback position this afternoon. Fascinating to see where Lamb fits into this Roosters side. Lou Keary back in for the Roosters this year after suffering a season-ending injury last year. Hutchison, as you mentioned, Dan, outstanding last year. And the recruitment of Connor Watson, as we see Harry Rushton with plenty of blood coming from the top of his head. But interesting to see where Lachlan Lamb fits in.
Tell me about this bloke, Harry Rushton, young man. He was plucked from Wigan,
yeah,
born in Blackpool, and big raps on him.
Yeah, he got plenty of experience at a young age over there in the English Super Leagues. Come out here to chance his arm. When he came over, he was very much that English type of forward where he had a great understanding of the game, likes to use the football a bit. It's something that started to really develop in his game, but tough, really tough. Very much like Ryan Sutton. Got a great work ethic, get through plenty of minutes, but really reliable. And you can see already this afternoon, 12 months down the track from when he came into his first NRL preseason, how much he's adapted to the Australian type of game and how much he's developing. We saw him beautiful ball playing on halfway only moments ago to set up the line break for Cookstar. And a head gash won't be taking him from the field. He's a tough little hombre, Harry Rushton, and he's got no plans of leaving the field here.
There we go. That's
Cooper Cronk coming to the Leichhardt Oval.
Who brought the helicopter with him at the Fox launch? Maybe it's Uncle Nick. Caradoria Hargreaves there, looking pretty sharp. Raiders now. Savage. Taken high. And little sneaky elbow from Marsky on his teammate Kieran. Valamate to tap and go, looking for their 5th try in this first half. A lot of these players probably won't see much footy after the next 6 minutes. So a late opportunity for them. Horsburgh got through plenty of work.
Yeah, physically, he looks a lot better. Great ball.
That was Snyder with the line ball to the front man in Harawira Nida. Now, oh, that's off hands here. It's going to be a knock on. So that ends unceremoniously.
Yeah, you look at the Raiders attack, and young Trevelyan outstanding in the opening 25 minutes of the game. That ball there from Adam Elliott, doing his best. Elliott, he's been moved in there. They're really limited here today with their dummy half stocks and passes. A couple of them starting to get a little loose around the ruck and just halting the momentum and timing of the Raiders' attack.
So now, this is a good bustling run. Tom Carr. And getting the Roosters on the front foot. That's going to be a penalty. Mooney gives that away. And Tom Carr, that's good stuff from him. Personal trainer by day. Winger for the Bears on the weekend. Quite gloomy now at Leichhardt. Oh, Horsburgh.
Flying out of the line looking for a shot.
So the number 17 for the Roosters, Xavier Va'a. One of those that the Broncos thought they were going to get from Toowoomba, but the Roosters snuck under their guard. They got his brother as well. Real raps on that young man, that young duo. Darrell May. Lachlan Lamb up in the line. Now a lovely pass from Smith. He's left out though. As White plays it. Loose. Freddie Lussick. And you heard it there from Casey Badger. More tackles coming. For their second try, the Tricolours. It was May. A train and trial here. Inside the 20. Now comes across Smith. Wonderful cut-out pass. And he puts Jordan Swan over, but Swan can't get it down.
Xavier Savage, I think it is, that throws his body, gets underneath the... It's Sandon Smith that goes deep into the line. It's a lovely ball there.
Oh, good work, Opawati, getting that started.
Was it Swan that was held up?
So now Lussick, loaned out to the Dragons during last year, then an injury ended his season prematurely. As Lamb, little stutter step onto Ethan King, nephew of Matt, assistant coach here at the Roosters. Oh, the little grubber can't thread the needle. Marsky.
Played up by Canberra, then knocks it on the ground.
Okay, so that is Canberra ball. Marshke there.
Yeah, Marshke out of dummy half. You can just see his body position. He's falling away from the footy there. Tries to kick back off the inside of his boot. So many legs around the footy there. It was always going to be tough to get it through.
By the way, Canberra fans, stay tuned because Jared Croker, who won't be playing, we don't think, after half-time, going to join Lara on the sideline. Be quite satisfied, Mick, so far. 2 minutes,
definitely.
44 to go, but everything he would have wanted out of this game.
Yeah, such a class act, Croker. No doubt he would have had some challenges mentally about whether he would have got through this game, particularly after such a significant surgery. But he's looked terrific. We see him carry the ball now.
Well, he's had issues since the 2019 Grand Final.
Yeah.
Persevered, and then eventually had to resort to the stem cell surgery. So this is Snyder. He puts on the right foot step. So, we've got Klukstad. Slipping by Swee Wong. It's Elliott again at dummy half, and Snyder, a little bit of wobble. Might be as difficult as his previous bomb, and well taken. Offside the Raiders, so some good field position here for the Roosters to finish this half. Snyder can be most satisfied with his performance in this first half. Trey Mooney has certainly tried to force the issue at times. Time to do it in a trial. There's Terrell May. Friendly bounce. So might be
Trey Mooney who's doing back play,
yeah. Now Land, bit of room to work with. And on the Kieran, quite slipped through. And they're going to stop play here, so it is a head knock situation. So
yeah, it was.
We probably
May that carried the ball hard.
Unfortunately,
yeah, he might have just got the forearm or elbow, Dan.
sorry, Mick, an unfortunate way to end his afternoon because he probably only had a minute left anyway. Perhaps might have had a little bit of game time in the second half, but it certainly finishes things off in this opening period.
You can sometimes see this, in these games where just through fatigue, yourself in a bad body position, and that time Trey Mooney just got his head right in the target area of young Terrell May, who's a big body, been hard to handle. And unfortunately, he's been good. He's been really good out on that right edge, Trey Mooney.
The goer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and he's big boy, good footwork. Young Parramatta Junior, who's come through the New South Wales pathway system.
So that's coming up next. West's Tigers and Manly. There's some real talent on display. And we get to see for the Tigers Oliver Gildart for the first time from the UK. And Luke Brooks is going to play halfback. Manly, boy, they're taking this one seriously. Turbo Tom at the back. Foran and Cherry Evans, the 6 and the 7. Likes of Marty Tapau and Amolo Olakuatu named in the starting forward pack as Mooney will come off. So perhaps Manly next week might play some of their younger players, give themselves a bit more breathing space between using their top liners. Emre Gula, 9 runs in the first half. He is quite machine-like, Emre.
Yeah, he's a very good player. Had a tough pre-season going into last year's 2021 season. Battled with injury and probably didn't get to the heights that I think everyone at the Raiders would have liked him to. But he's had a tremendous pre-season. Both him and Corey Horsburgh, from all reports, have had great pre-seasons. You can see it in there, the physicality in which they played with this afternoon.
So Xavier, and that's how he likes it pronounced, Xavier Vay. He's the man to play it, the 17 for the Roosters. Freddie Lussick at first receiver. Oh, Sandon Smith, who's had a tidy first half, puts it down there. And I'm not sure there'll be too much rushing to get this scrum packed. So might see much more action here in this first period.
Yeah, you're right, he has been tidy. He's looked dangerous when he's had the footy. Just a couple of little errors around his game. He's only a young man. First opportunity, he's having to mark up on Crookstar, which is never easy with the footwork and strength that he has.
Little niggle in the scrum, and everyone's quite happy with that to be the end of the first half. Canberra leading the Sydney Roosters at half-time, 24 points to 6. Mate, those boys, mate, got it. Bigger drinkers than you, bigger drinkers. Welcome back, Leichhardt Oval, the NRL pre-season. All of it live and exclusive here on Fox League. And you see, 24 to 6, the Raiders. Lachlan Lamb was playing fullback in the first half. We'll see where he lines up, perhaps in his more natural role in the halves for these second 40 minutes. Lot to like about the first period of this Friday doubleheader. Wests Tigers and Manly coming up after this. And the Canberra Raiders, terrific in the first period. There's Xavier Savage. We're going to see more of him, it looks like. Rory Hutterweir-Nida and Emre Gula. Yeah, Savage, we've spoken plenty about him. I think there'll be plenty of people already lining up their Supercoach teams, Mick, and having him as their second fullback.
Yeah, he looked electric, didn't he, in that first half? From the opening whistle, he was busy. Great footwork. Adam Elliott there. He's moved into the dummy half role. Young Trevelyan, who formed a really nice combination with his halves partner, Brad Schneider, who was terrific in the opening half an hour. Got the Raiders off to a great start. Trevelyan's left the field with their head, knocking Adam Elliott, the former Bulldog. He's moved into that dummy half role. Sebastian Chris now out there for the Raiders. Interested to see how he goes. Plenty of NRL experience. And Emre Gula, who was tremendous in the opening 15 minutes for the Raider, back onto the field.
So here we go. Conditions quite steamy, but sun disappeared a little while ago, and it's not impressive by middle of February standards in Sydney. And Elliott there in the tackle. That's Harry Rushton now, mummified after that head cut in the first half, the number 20.
Looks like young Lachlan Lamb's filling in the dummy half roll. Strong run here. Up towards the 30-metre line.
It was Tuku Hautapua, the 25.
He's massive, isn't he?
He's a unit, that's for sure. Ben Thomas, the 13. Lachlan Lamb, dummy half. Darrell May, yes, brother of.
He's been strong, mate. He's come from Blacktown, but he's had plenty of minutes this afternoon and got a real presence through the middle of the field.
Yeah, brother of the May boys from the Panthers. There's a high kick and almost making a mess of that. Good tidy up work there from Savage. Oh, and he just slipped by Roberts, but then ball came out. Well, this gives the Roosters a little bit of life early in this second half.
Yeah, his acceleration off the mark's phenomenal. Just watch this. The ball almost got really big on him, and then all of a sudden he just accelerates there on the outside. Great ball movement it was. Got on the outside there of Ellie Roberts, and they forced the error of the Roosters. The Raiders were really tidy in the opening 20 minutes, didn't turn over a lot of footy, and the discipline of the Roosters and their error count climbed, and they suffered on the scoreboard. But an early error here from the Raiders gives the Roosters great field position.
Canberra had a 71% completion rate in the first half. Now, if that's an NRL game, you're going, oh, that's a touch under. For a trial game, that's damn good. So now the Roosters here with Jordan Swan up to the 20-metre line. That's Sebastian Chris, last appeal off. Lamb getting it on. Thomas, 5 NRL games. Chance for these Roosters to close the gap slightly. And that's Clay Webb up there, 21. The 14, Nicole Klukstad. The 16, Peter Holler. Now back to the open side. Smith. Oh, that was forward. Unfortunate for Smith, trying to pass against the momentum of his body. And the chance gone there for the Roosters.
Yeah, you can see there the Roosters Moving the ball out to that left-hand side, it is Sandon Smith that tries to rotate his body and back on the inside, trying to find young Ethan King that's been really lively since coming onto the field through the middle of the field, pushing there, and hard for Smith to rotate his body, as you said, Dan. And turnover early in the set, they'll be disappointed with that, the Roosters, and now the Raiders an opportunity to work it out from their line.
So that's James Schiller hitting it up.
He's been good, Schiller.
He's quick, he doesn't mind rucking it out, doing the tough stuff, and he draws a penalty there, and Canberra immediately pump it into touch. So Chris, 20 games last year, easily his best in the NRL. After debuting a couple of years before that. Rushton there in the 20, Gula keeping it going.
Had to find a pass there, Cookstar. Had numbers on his outside, 2 men unmarked. They were into the backfield there, the Raiders. He couldn't find it, Cookstar.
This is Brad Morkos, number 18 here for the Raiders. With Elliott waiting at dummy half. Rushton. Well handled there. Now Tapua last to get off. Now Snyder's ball. Almost putting Webb away.
Look in, Marcus.
But Ronald Volkman holding on. Skinny side last play to ricochet again. There's going to result in a Raiders try. It's Peter Holler. First try of the night came off a ricochet, and it's happened again.
Yeah, Cookstar, who came up with a nice little short kick down a narrow short side. Ricochets, we saw one in the opening half for Savage in the opening minutes of the game. This time it's Cookstar down that left hand short side, and it's Elliott pushing back through the middle off the ricochet kick, and Peter Holler, who's formed a nice combination early with Emre Gula through the middle of the field, pushing there. The former Cowboy picks up his first try in Raiders colours, and he'll be claiming that. The middle forwards always do in trials, get themselves off the mark early.
He's been in the thick of it, hasn't he, Peter Holler? He was at the Cowboys for a few years. Made 12 first-grade appearances. Quite happy with his performance so far.
Yeah, big body with good leg speed, Peter Holler, and an opportunity down there to learn from guys like Josh Papali and Joseph Tarpany. Ryan Sutton, Emre Gula's been outstanding this afternoon, so he's got an opportunity in a pretty formidable forward pack, and he's certainly handling himself well this afternoon, giving Ricky Stewart plenty of headaches as round one looms. By
the way, if you're just flicking around, you've stumbled on 5:02 and you see it live.
Yes, it's live.
It's like we're doing all the pre-season, baby. We've got a Super Saturday tomorrow. We've even brought back Monday night footy for the trials. So the next 2 weeks, it's all happening right here. No goal, but still 28 points to 6. Lara Pitt, you got a very special guest.
Certainly do, Dan. Jared Croker, 40 minutes under the belt. How'd you go out there? How'd you find the contest?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. Obviously, it was nice to control a lot of the half and have a lot of the ball, and the wind behind your back made it a bit easier, but obviously a few difficult circumstances, losing a few blokes early, so it was good to see the boys react well.
How important was that for your confidence in the knee tonight?
Yeah, very. It didn't seem like much, but it felt good to be out there and moving a lot better. It's only a start, but it's a good start.
Some young guns having a good time out there. Xavier Savage, one of them. Who have you liked?
Yeah, Zav's been really good. He's obviously lightning quick, and once he's already had that one pre-season where he looks like he's filled out a bit, another couple of them, and he'll be right. I thought Adrian DeVilliers was really good. He got thrown in the deep end there with a couple of late scratchings, and forced a few errors, and got himself tangled up there, and then forced other mistakes. So he's a tough little kid, but the young boys are doing well.
Don't take the boots off yet, they might need you. Are you done for today?
No, I'm not. He told me to keep them on, so I'm not real happy about that.
Well, it's great to see you back, Jared.
Thanks, mate.
Jeez, hard taskmaster, Ricky.
Thanks.
Thank you, Lara. Thank you, Jared. Here's Elliott with the Raiders again on the attack. Nicole Cookstar in the halves because of COVID, striking late. Frawley and Sam Williams rubbed out. So Adam Elliott in the dummy half role. He's not bothering the Raiders this afternoon. Rushton. Try line in front of him. Elliott's going to try and do it on his own. Oh, he's going to get over, albeit not getting it down, and they will have themselves one more tackle after this. There's nothing, Mick, you players talk about the first tackle coming off an injury, the first set, the first half. You can do all the contact work.
Yeah.
In the and he would have done plenty of it. There's Savage now. A little kick, not the ricochet again. This time it dribbles away harmlessly for the Roosters. But you could see the joy in Jared Croker tonight getting through that first half.
Yeah, always difficult. You're so anxious just to get out there. The day seems to go forever when you're coming off the back of a long injury, as we see Peter Holler in agony in back play here for the Raiders. But he sounded in great spirits. He seemed really genuine about his injury and happy to get through the 40 minutes.
Oh no, Peter is clutching at that right knee. This is the thing we fear in these games. Players can hurt themselves.
You see signal for the stretcher here, the Raiders trainer. This is not good for Holler.
Poor young man. And play's going to be paused here. So, the ups and downs, eh? Peter Holler scored a try a few moments ago.
Yeah, just gets his boot stuck, didn't he? You could see that he just got his boot stuck, and then the players on the inside of the Raiders watch this come over the top of his right leg. And he gets bent underneath. Well, that's good signs that he's up on his feet and able to get himself from the field. And Ricky Stewart, I think he would have been extremely impressed with Peter Holler's first outing for the club. He's shown good power and strength through the middle. A nice try only moments ago, as you mentioned, Dan, and defensively he's been tidy with Gula and Rushton early in this second half.
Yeah, 6 runs, 10 tackles. A lot of the workload is shared around in these games, so the stats might not blow you away, but certainly put in this afternoon. As Lara gets some info there, we'll bring that to you. Ronald Volkman, halves player, he's kicking it deep. Savage, good line of Roosters defence. So just the one try so far in this second half. It's Albert Hopewadi. Great to be with you here with Tigers Manly coming up straight after this. And what a weird night. I didn't know that was coming for him. Perhaps thought he was the decoy. Just opens the door for the Roosters. That's Tupu Hau-Tapua. Yes, he did play last week, but only 9 minutes, so pretty fresh. Thomas. He's had a fair bit of game time tonight and almost.
He's looked strong, Volkman, hasn't he?
Volkman, yeah. The word is he's an old school halfback. Doesn't mind the chip and chase as he comes out here to Ethan King, and he's cut in half.
A good defensive read there from Sebastian Chris, showing his experience.
You heard the set restart, so it's only tackle 1. Darrell May.
Pretty handy through the middle. Thomas with his ball playing for the Roosters.
Now comes out here. Oh, lovely right foot steps in and Smith. But taken by Horsburgh. Now they give away 6 more. Good test for Canberra here. Not going to do all that much defending tonight. Lamb sending it on to Smith. Now, has that come off a Raider? No, it has not. So that'll be the second tackle. Thomas. Canberra keeping their line intact here. There's Lamb. Volkman to the front man. Well read again. And a weird Oneida with the tackle down low. They're not finding a way through here so far. May almost gets
great
there.
tackle, Horsburgh.
Horsburgh saved a try.
Yeah, King it was.
Nowhere. Last tackle. Volkman. Ricochet. Raiders come away with it. Morkos. He gets by. Tom Curran and gets past Falkman. That's good stuff from Canberra.
Yeah, really good signs. Great character building there for the Raiders. Ricky Stewart will be really pleased with that. As much as we said that the Roosters coach, Trent Robinson, would have loved to have seen some of his young men having to defend their line in the first half, so too would Ricky Stewart just then, repelling 3 back-to-back sets from the Roosters. Great covering tackle it was from Horsburgh.
That was Aaron Donald, LA Rams stuff. Tackling one bloke and then changing direction to tackle the quarterback. Good stuff there. Now, we've got an issue in back play here. Something has taken place, but now the players have come apart. So we continue now with Gula. This is the final play.
Let's go there. Let's go, Jordy. Come on, work.
And volleyball back here. And Roosters get away with that one. Number 20, Jack Mossman for the Roosters. Just entering the game. Lara Pitt, down to you.
Dan, just an update on Peter Holler. The Raiders doctor is hopeful it's medial damage to the knee. Obviously, he'll be sent for scans, but obviously not looking like an ACL, which would be worst case.
Yeah, MCL's usually, 4 to 6 weeks, and not ideal, obviously, but not a total catastrophe for Peter Holler. It's Ryan Sutton stretching out. The yoga pose there. There's a kick almost making it to the try line. A Savage bringing it back. He's been on the whole time.
Just coming along the sideline, the veteran.
Come on.
He is going to come back into the action. Nickel Klugstar coming from the field.
Of course, the tanks will be pretty empty right across the park here. Elliott, a bit of signalling work there before sending it to Chris. They've seen something down the short side. Underwear tonight. Got fancy. Ball came out. Let's play on.
There's a nice shot there from young Jack Mossman, who's come onto this left wing for the Roosters. It was a nice short side from Schneider. Had a 3-on-2 situation down there. Underwear tonight just holding onto the ball a little long, and Mossman came in and cracked him.
King throws a wild one. Carr saves it. A bit of a hobble there for Underwear tonight. It's getting a little loose. Mossman. He's a local kid, Jack Mossman, outside back. Roosters product is Snyder picking up and dumping Zach Montgomery. And a run for Saluka for Fita. Falkman under pressure. Pushing up there was Gula. Savage.
Yeah, see that. Again. Yeah, the kicking there. Well, Vulcan found him, and on the full he had to accelerate into the line.
So James Schiller
Starting to get a little tired.
Yeah, you can see the players are starting to get a little bunched. Under 25 minutes left now. There is a drinks break coming. That'll be most relieving. It'll come in about 4.5 minutes. Here's Croker. Straight into Roberts.
So he's playing the 5'8" position, replacing Klugstar. The ball playing at the forwards, the Raiders this afternoon has been really good. They're using great width. It's been noticeable. There's been an adjustment there. They're playing with a lot wider pass from the dummy half, which is allowing them to really attack the space on the edges quicker.
And now Underwear tonight, a cut-out ball. Oh, that's brilliant from Schiller.
That was impressive.
Did Brett Mullins ever do that? His uncle? Good stuff.
Oh, you remember the night at the old Marathon Stadium with
did
the double
everything.
chip and chase?
That's
yeah,
right.
absolutely he did.
This will be a
player he
miracle.
was.
It is a miracle. Played for both these clubs. Won a comp for both these clubs. One of the greats, Brett Mullins.
Up his head.
And no rest to the wicket either. Charles Gibbon-Cookstar, you can see from the commentary box here, he's come to the sideline. He's only been off for 2 minutes. Looks like he may be coming into the action as well. They're running light on troops here, the Raiders.
Well, we're seeing some clubs are going in with as many as 2 full teams. Canberra now, with the 2 COVID cases, have only got 20 players. It's probably the leanest team of any this weekend. So they've got to do a little extra work. As James Schiller breaks them open, beats one, beats another, beats a third, pushes away from Smith, and the saver there coming from Ethan King.
Yeah, good work. It's on down this side.
Oh, Savage. Oh, he goes the early kick. Sebastian Chris almost finds his way through. And the Roosters hold on there. Freddie Lussick.
Yeah, would have been. Yeah, he got taken out, Savage, and so too did Sebastian Chris. It was. This was a great run from Schiller. Look at this. He's been threatening all afternoon. Carries the ball through the tackle there of Lachlan Lamb into the backfield, swerving, palming, got rid of Smith. And it's King that comes up with the tackle, and then on the next play, Savage, recognising no fullback, rolled it in behind the line. He was taken out of play, so too was Chris. And the Raiders on the attack now.
Well, they scored just before the first drinks break at the 20-minute mark, and a chance to do that again as we approach the 60-minute mark of the game. Savage in the middle. Not a weird nighter.
Cookstar's gone to dummy half.
Oh, Horsburgh first receiver and stepping, straightening. Took a big man in Saluka Fafita to bring him down. Now the little show and go from Snyder. Captured centimetres short. Croker. He puts in a little grubber. Oh, courageous stuff there from Ethan King. He might have worn one too, but he stayed in the field of play as well.
Yeah, he did well, the little fella. He comes screaming across. Nice little kick off the left boot from Croker. And it was Clay Webb, the left back rower, charging through for the Raiders. Gets his body low. Look at this. Yeah, that's brave. Great work.
So the one try for the Roosters, Nafahu White, that's Ethan King. There's Freddie Lussick. He's taking to cart it down the middle. Altman. That's a 40-20 chance. It's a real chance. It's there. Well, Ronald Volkman got that out of the screws.
He's got a big boot on him, Volkman. That's a number of times now he's driven the footy deep into the Raiders' half. That time, perfect execution. Kicking across his body, down in behind Schiller. Savage is starting to fatigue. He's out on his feet as well.
And we are going to take a little pause here. It's a shame for the Roosters, but it is only a trial, but it doesn't really matter. But picked up some real momentum there for Ronald Volkman. Corey Horsburgh, 2019, his peak, Mick, and
yeah,
it hasn't quite hit those heights since, but pretty good signs tonight.
Yeah, he suffered a serious foot injury, which really halted his momentum. As I said earlier in the coverage, he was in line when Kevin Walters was the Queensland coach to come into that Queensland side on the back of a tremendous 29 campaign.
That was at Parramatta, wasn't it, that injury?
Yeah, an emotional night for Corey, and from all reports, and just looking at him physically. Him and Gula, I've mentioned earlier, struggled last pre-season. They had niggling injuries, both not at full fitness, and you can see that. You can really tell a player who's had a good pre-season, and you can see it already. That man, another one. Adam Elliott looks in great condition.
If that hits for Canberra, that's a great buy.
Yeah, really, really solid buy.
Obviously got himself into some trouble at the Bulldogs, and they let him go after 101 games, but he should be in the prime. He's 27.
Yep.
He's obviously
a great experience.
Very good player.
Really tough. Good work rate, and he's got untapped skill that we've seen dribs and drabs of in the Bulldogs attack that's really struggled in recent years, but he could really unlock an edge for the Raiders, particularly with some of the men on his outside. Here's Saluka Fafita, resembling Payne Haas with that short haircut.
And he's had more runs than anyone in this game, so also Haas-like. That's the end of that for the Roosters. And Sandon Smith, filthy with himself there.
Yeah, it's been a number of times now that the Roosters have got themselves into good field position, and just uncharacteristic errors early in the tackle count just relieves any pressure defensively on the Raiders. And disappointed with himself there, Smith, the young boy from the Central Coast. A real lively talent. Gets his first opportunity in the NRL this afternoon.
Well, you'll notice we'll all focus on the players we're familiar with and how they're shaping up for the season. But boy, it's a big couple of weeks for these young fringe players that are probably going to play New South Wales and Queensland Cup, but they're on television here. They're playing with some first graders, and you can see the frustration there with Sandon Smith, who's done some very good things tonight, but don't want to make too many errors on this stage, because it's just as big for them. In fact, it's bigger for them than players like Horsburgh and Nicole Clockstar. There's Kevin Naguama. There's the Raiders. Happy to get through this set here. A couple of tackles left. Nicole Clockstar. Savage is spotted, so
here he goes.
Deadly right foot step. Schneider looming up. Savage runs away. Slips the pass. That's okay. Sebastian Chris, he can muscle his way there, but the Roosters hold on. One play left. Schneider, that was tough for him.
Oh, Gula was probing and scheming, dropping it off the right foot.
Oh,
the big fella.
Croker. Oh, Croker through the pass. And now it's the Roosters who are away, and Volkman gets to halfway, but not much further.
He took off Volkman. The treadmill got a little steeper as he hit halfway. Run out of puff, the little fella.
Starting to open up a bit here. That's Siwa Wong. Now Saluka for Feeder.
Oh, nice tackle again. Schneider had to go low.
Smith's pass well read there. Montgomery, the man cut down. Here's Smith having a dart. End-to-end stuff for the last couple of minutes. Tom Deacon is 19 for the Roosters. Freddie Lussick, the 22. Final play. Luca Fafita, the decoy. Volkman, the grubber, pulled through. Roberts, he might have just got this down. It's a try. Now we do have video referee facilities and challenges. That part of the game is NRL-like. So the bunker can have a look at this.
Didn't he, to get it through? There was plenty of Raiders defenders there. Roberts anticipated it superbly.
He's got this.
Did well to hang on to it.
That's a try.
Ellie Roberts did tremendously well to hang on to it, particularly in these humid conditions this afternoon here at Leichhardt. He's brought a real spark to their attack, young Volkman, since coming on after half-time. He's been real lively.
Another Bears player. As the Roosters get their second try. So it was 24-6 at the break. And you just never know with these trial games. A lead like this can actually be hauled in quite quickly. And the try confirmed, not surprising. Pretty convincing with those replays. Ronald Volkman. Horsburgh coming off. That might be the end of his night. 23 tackles for Corey Horsburgh. Throw in 7 runs as well. And Volkman will take the wind into account here, but he drills that one. So 28 points to 12. Now, here's a reminder, NRL really getting behind the situation in Tonga. NRL partnering with the Australian Red Cross through these trial matches to raise money for the recovery after the volcano and the tsunami has wreaked havoc there. So might have happened a month ago, but there's a lot to be done So please contribute there, the Australian Red Cross with the NRL website on your screen. Tigers Manly, not far away.
Oh, good shot, Ryan Sutton. Saluka Fafita carrying hard off the kickoff. That was great contact.
This is Xavier Va'a. Handy boxer in his youth, along with his younger brother, De La Salle, who both very highly regarded juniors brought to Sydney. The Roosters happy to go down the middle here. Oh, a bit of a twist in that tackle from Hadawira Naida.
Have a look at this off the kickoff. Watch these two big men come together. Ooh, beautiful. Oh, that's good.
He's got a bit of torp on that. Windy as well. Savage can't handle.
Yeah, that was a tight effort there from Savage. Just watch on the replay. He gets the concrete boots on. He can't move his legs. He needed to stay under it, needed to keep moving his body under that ball. And the ball just slipping straight through his grasp there. He'd be disappointed with that, Savage. He's had a good afternoon. And the Roosters now again off the back of the kicking game of Volkman. It's been a real difference, real momentum-changing difference since half-time.
147 metres you saw, that most in the game. Zach Montgomery, he was cut in half a little earlier. Might be still wearing that one. So, Roosters now looking for back-to-back tries. And King wrapped up by Schiller.
He's been terrific, Schiller.
It's Deacon getting it on to Va'a. Space on the right here. Lussick just happy to tuck it under the arm.
Another good test here for the Raiders, defending their try line.
11 first grade games for Lussick. Deacon, Volkman, on it goes. King hits it to Roberts, but well handled. No panic from the Raiders defence. With Morkos helping Croker. Good pick up Volkman in a cul-de-sac. But then finding his way to the line, Swear Wong, he's bounced over. And for now, it's a try. Well, they have ourselves a little contest in this opening pre-season game.
He's been an athletic presence out on that right-hand side. Siwa Wong was an ordinary pass from dummy half. Volkman did well to pick it up and then just one-on-one. Siwa Wong there with Clay Webb. You can see the 21 for the Raiders. He just hesitates, and at this top level you can't do that. And it just gives Wong an opportunity to get on the outside of him. Valamay needed to do better. And I think in an NRL game they'd probably have a little closer look at that. Players hanging on around the legs and his ability to get his arm over with his momentum got him there. Nonetheless, it was great work from Wong, and he deserves the 4-pointer. He's
Let
been
him
good.
have the try, Mick. Are you going to start in this mood?
Dan, we're going to broadcast these. We've got to do it properly, okay? You've come here with your suntan and your shades on this afternoon looking to do the business.
But it's the highlight of that young man's early
And he
career.
deserved it. He's been good.
And you're going to take it off him. You are right, though. It is full video facilities here, so could have been taken away. Maybe they have a hard in the bunker. Like Ennis.
I like what Volkman's done, Dan. He's been able to inject himself. He's gone looking for the contest in the second half. They were down 28-6 at half-time. He's done well.
There's a plane going over. It's like the old days at Belmore when the Canterbury opponents, a train would mysteriously go across the track. And that's coming back. Oh, what a kick. 28-18. 10 down, 11 to play. Siwa Wong, the try scorer, and footy is not done by any means tonight, and most of these fans are here to see their Wests Tigers take on the Manly Sea Eagles.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. The battle of the forward packs is going to be fascinating. Tamo, Utoi Kamanu up against Paseka and Tapau. Ola Kalatu. Ethan Bullimore gets his first opportunity in a Manly jersey. Really strong forward packs. We'll see Tom Trebojevic lining up. for the Manly side.
Tigers have got a few good ones in as well. Talked about Luke Brooks.
Yeah.
Oliver Gildard, we'll get a little look at him, but Luciano Vailua, Stefano Utoikamanu, Tyrone Peachy in the 13 jersey, a recruit for the Tigers this year. So plenty of good talent on show there. And here is a penalty for the Roosters.
It's going to be a tough 9.5 minutes here for the Raiders. They're down to 1 on the interchange bench. Already without Frawley and Sam Williams before the game, and they've lost young Trevelyan, Peter Holler. Number of injuries starting to creep in.
So plenty of time here for the Roosters if keep it together. And that's another powerful run from Saluka Fafita. His 16th run this afternoon. He had 132 metres before that burst down the middle. Deacon waiting. White. Not that time.
Yeah, and Fahu White there just thinking about what he was going to do with the footy before he received it. Lockie Lamb seeing the funny side to it. Just slips through the hands. He's already thinking, who am I getting to? Who am I ball playing on? And just lost concentration.
By the way, the Raiders, we will see them next Friday against Manly. In fact, both these sides playing next Friday. So Manly will play Canberra, Central Coast, same time slot, 6 p.m. Eastern. And following that game, West's Tigers will play the Roosters at 8 p.m. Eastern Central Coast. So the 4 teams playing tonight will also play next Friday. So Canberra just be happy to hang on here, get through these next 8 minutes and go down the Hume Highway. Oh, that's going to make things a little more difficult. Oh, no, it's not. There's a penalty. Tell you what, Nick, I don't know about you, but I've hardly noticed Casey Badger. It's a good sign.
Yeah, she's been terrific. Yep. It's been a really good start.
Been around the scene for a long time. Yeah. Going to sharpen the next game. So, Canberra now really put this one out of reach for the Roosters. Snyder. Horsburgh. Through the hands. Croker. It opens up. And Jared Croker puts an exclamation point on this for the Raiders. Not sure how excited he was to come back on, but good finish there for Jared Croker.
Yeah, just watch this. Really nice ball playing. All middle forwards. It was Horsburgh to Gula. And then out the back of Ryan Sutton, who charged into the hole. It's Jared Croker, the experienced veteran, the Canberra captain. Just charges into the space in between Roberts and Volkman. Accelerates towards the line. He's happy. He spoke about the confidence coming back this evening and getting through the opening 40 minutes. But due to injuries to the Raiders, Ricky Stewart's had to send him back out there, and the captain's done a tremendous job this afternoon. He's growing in confidence with every minute that passes, and it's good signs for the Raiders centre, who has been outstanding for them for such a long period of time. And lovely interchange of pass from their middle forwards, and again it was Gula causing havoc through the middle. He's had a tremendous afternoon and a great way to start the season, Emre Gula.
So James Schiller will do the goal kicking. And Gula, double-digit runs for him. Terrell May in the 28 for the Roosters, almost 100 metres with 14 runs. So most happy with that on a train and trial, like so many of these players will see this weekend. Shouldn't matter too much, that kick, because it's a 14-point margin with 6 to play. The Raiders open at home. They'll be just excited to play at home.
Yeah.
Same as teams like the Melbourne Storm that have just not seen their home ground. Cronulla to open, North Queensland and Gold Coast. None of those teams made the finals last year. We're expecting bigger things from Cronulla, but that's a pretty... Oh no, what's happened here? What has happened here? It's calf.
Yeah, he wasn't in position. He was still coming back, Schiller, and he was with the trainer. Andrew McFadden in the blue shirt there, and then all of a sudden they kicked off through Volkman, and he had to react.
It's a cramp. Get the pickle juice.
I mentioned that first game at home, Dan, for the Raiders against the Sharks. They had 2 wins at home last year. It was a real fortress for the Canberra side, a tough place to go and play, particularly through the middle of winter, and that record will need to improve this year. You've got to win the majority of your home games.
It's also Friday, 6 p.m, so it's a few weeks away.
What about poor old Cookstow? He's gone into the team hotel last night having a bit of dinner, expecting 20 minutes in his first hit out. All of a sudden he got named at 5'8" when Sam Williams got taken out of the side. He's played dummy half. He's been back on 3 or 4 times in this second half when he thought he was heading for a shower.
Jeez, I'll tell you what. I'll enjoy a few days off after this. He's Horsburgh sending it on to Sutton. Excellent with his first stint. Which is really what we've come to expect from him. Snyder kick. And taken here by Ethan King. So we'll see a lot more of the Roosters top liners next week, no doubt.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing that combination of Sam Walker, James Tedesco, the return of Luke Keary and Victor Radley through the middle with his ball playing. If they can stay healthy this year, throw in the injection of someone like Connor Watson around that middle part of the game, they're going to be a real handful for the opposition, particularly when they've got that strike of Joey Manu and Joseph Suwali out there on that far edge. He looks tremendous.
I think some markets have them equal favourites with the Panthers. Changed some things up strength and conditioning wise after a couple of injury-riddled years. Here's another one of these difficult ones from Volkman. Nicole Klokstad, he's so accomplished with those kicks. And
Right back.
3.5 left here. Chance for the Roosters. Savage took his eyes off it. And Savage is cramping up. And now he's another cramp. Brandon Smith, he's been on the whole afternoon. No cramp for Tuku out to Pua. And that's Tom Deacon wrapped up. Rushton gets off. Mossman. Va'a closing in. And they're down a defender here, the Raiders. As it's swung out, looking for space somewhere. Roberts. He's been impressive.
He moves well, doesn't he?
But we've got a problem here for the Roosters. And that chance snuffed out. So players being stretched all over Leichhardt Oval. So we look here at what costs the Roosters the ball. Oh, eyes like a hawk, Casey Badger. That just popped out for a split second. So that snuffs out that chance. Let's look at the Roosters here, Mick, and what they've got. It's a pretty tasty opening few games, actually. We'll hopefully bring it up in a moment or two. And the Roosters will get it back. So a double knock on, which will mean another scrum. Savage might be done for the day. Newcastle round 1 at the SCG, which will be their home ground for most of the year until the new football stadium is ready. But then Manly at Gosford, South at the Olympic Stadium.
The return of Latrell Mitchell. Ironically.
Well, I don't think there's much irony. I think the NRL worked out the numbers. But yeah, that will be something. That's a good start of the season for them. A couple of beauties. As comes out here for Ethan King.
He's going into touch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Raiders all over it. So they're playing this out to the end. Plenty of pats on the back here, which has really been the case all night. So if you're a Canberra fan watching this, obviously Peter Holler getting hurt, not great. You're going to be pretty happy with what's transpired here.
Oh, definitely. I think, you know, what they dished up in the opening 20 minutes was outstanding. You know, guys that will be playing or in line to play in round one, guys like Emre Gula, Corey Horsburgh, Hadawira Naira, extremely strong. Hopefully, fingers crossed for Peter Holler, who picked up a knee injury, and saying Amudu, but he was tremendous as well. I thought young Trevelyan and Schneider have been really solid in the decision-making roles, and I think Xavier Savage has been tremendous this afternoon at fullback.
So this shapes as the last play, and the Canberra Raiders kick off the 2022 NRL pre-season with a very handy victory over the Sydney Roosters. Jared Croker gets through unscathed. That's great for him, coming off that stem cell surgery. And, wounds there for Tom Deacon. But for these Canberra Raiders, a lot to like as the season proper approaches. Final score, Canberra 32, Roosters 18.